you work on your bike? So, another topic I was interested in discussing, and yes, this is the same day, same drive as my previous video where we were talking about oil. Hopefully you guys saw that. If not, go watch. It's just me talking about a couple things. Leave your own opinions in the bottom. Let's have a discussion about it. What do you guys do regarding oil? But something else I was looking at talking about was maintenance, bike work, upgrades, installation, etc. Do you work on your bike? Do you have a friend that does the work for you or helps you? Do you just pay somebody at a shop local to you, or do you send it down south to one of the Victory Gurus? I know a couple of us do. Would you like to work on your bike, but you just don't know how? You might not admit it. Maybe you're afraid to work on your bike, potentially risking damaging it, or not installing something right, causing a failure when you ride. I mean, that's completely reasonable. Anything you work on a bike, for the most part, tires, brakes, brake pads, brake fluid, throttle adjustment, throttle cables, clutch adjustments, minor stuff, minor maintenance like that, wheel bearings, changing your own tires. Those, if you do it incorrectly, could cause a potential failure or a failure point that causes your bike damage or causes complete failure. Hopefully at 10 kilometers an hour outside your house. But I mean, if you do something wrong with reinstalling your wheels and you get the shims incorrect or the torque specs wrong and that breaks loose, you could be going for a spill, and I don't want to see any of you guys down, out, hurt, or worse. Honestly, I am a tinkerer. I have no prior mechanic training per se, other than trial and error, do it yourself. I've always been interested in working on equipment, engines, anything with wheels. I love it. Metalwork. It all interests me. I've done all my own work on my bike. With friends come over, we drink beer, throw the TV on in the garage, and just kind of hang out, have fun. Those days where you can't get out and ride, or something else has happened in your life and your bike's down for whatever reason, are great times to invite your buddies over. I mean, even if you want to do your brake pads, even if you know how to do your brake pads, you've done them a million times, give one of your buddies a call, see if they want to come over, have a beer, just shoot the shit, help each other out. I mean, it's an easy job, but maybe your buddy's never done brake pads, and great time for you to show them how to do it. Now, as a disclaimer, I hope everybody understands that if you work on a friend's bike, or your friend works on your bike, if they break something, if something's done wrong and it causes damage, either minor or severe, I hope you guys don't hold your buddies accountable for that. I mean, hopefully your friends, I don't know if you expect them to pay for a replacement part if they break it. I mean, if I was working on my friend's bike and I caused damage to that bike, I'd feel really bad, especially if it caused damage where there was a failure, they couldn't ride the bike, or they got hurt because of it. Maybe you don't want to work on somebody else's bikes because of those reasons, and that's completely fine. But for what it's worth, I know when I work on my bike, it's mine. I don't really care if I scratch it. I'm not into it being a pavement princess or a garage queen. I mean, I wash it twice a year. I ride it in whatever conditions are in front of me. I don't really care. But if I'm working on your bike, I'm working on a friend's bike, be it a Harley, a Victory, a Kawasaki, whatever it is, a Buell, a Yamaha, whatever. I make sure I take extra time, extra care, extra caution, and go the extra mile when I work on a buddy's bike, because I don't make the payments on that bike. I didn't pay for it. I'm not going to cause damage to your bike. I mean, accidents happen, and I'm sure my buddies understand that. So hopefully you guys understand that too. But realistically, like, do you work on your bike? Let me know. At what point do you call it quits? You know, are you okay doing your oil changes, doing brake pads, doing your tires? Are you the type of guy that's interested in doing cams? I mean, I've done them. It's not hard. There's lots of information out there to do them. But getting into engine work, even in simple top end work like that, is that too much for you? But there's enough of us around here that if you're interested in doing cams and you don't want to fork out the extra money to have Elk Island or somebody do it, which, I mean, by all means, they're great, do it. If you got the extra cash and that's the way you want to go for it. But if you got a buddy or somebody that wants to help you out and they've got experience, I mean, it's a great time to learn. A lot of us nowadays don't work on our stuff, and I mean, for good reason. A lot of it nowadays is a lot more expensive. A lot of computers, wiring. You can't just tune your carb if you made an adjustment in your engine and go, right? Same with working on your personal vehicles. Unless you got data and software, it's hard to work on these things nowadays. Oh, sorry. But, you know, I love it when a buddy gives me a call and says, hey, I've got this small project, I've got this big project. Do you mind coming over, giving me a hand, teaching me, helping me work through a problem? You know, I effed something up. You want to come, you know, I want to come bounce some ideas off you. I love it. You know, if you guys ever have any questions, concerns, or you're interested in just learning how to work on stuff, you know, throw us a message, throw me a message, you know, on Messenger, on Facebook, in the group chat. There's lots of information, lots of good information, lots of misinformation. Now that's the problem is nowadays, you look at the forums, you look at Google, you look at, you know, the Victory pages. On even something as simple as, what oil do I use? You've seen the spectrum of answers, right? So take everything you see or hear with a grain of salt. If you're working on your bike and something doesn't seem right, don't force it. You know, call somebody you trust, call the dealership. I mean, if anybody's willing to talk to you about them. I know Elk Island's not Polaris anymore, but you know for a fact that they're still good guys there. They'll help you any way you can. Even Jay on the southeast side there, Edmonton, at CycleWorks, he's great, and there's a bunch more. You guys can name them off. I'm not going to list them all off. Let me know what you guys think, what you want to do. This year is going to be awesome. I hope everybody has a great time. Hopefully you've got a little bit extra cash floating around and you can put some of those parts on your bike that you'd like to do. I've done my fair share of testing and swap outs of performance parts, cams, the timing wheel, Lloyd's fuel tuners, Maximus tuners, quarter turn throttles, air intakes, exhausts, things like that. If you have any questions about any of those or how they mix and match up, what works, what doesn't, where the best value for your money is, because honestly, I definitely spent more money than necessary trying different things out until I decided to just bite the bullet and buy the better stuff. And I mean, it worked out a lot better. The Maximus tuner, Lloyd's signature cams, the intake, the quarter turn throttle body, awesome little device, the underdrive pulley. That thing is pretty cool. I like it. It's not for everybody. There seems to be a lot of misinformation about the underdrive pulley. by the time I purchased it, got it shipped, paid duties, all that, I mean, it cost me $650-700 Canadian at the time when I ordered it last year. Installation was pretty easy. Didn't take more than 30 minutes. There's lots of tricks, lots of tips. Hit me up. Let's have a discussion. Let's talk about it.